おい、じゃあやってこう。勢いでヘッドセット外しちゃったよ、今。で、何？
Well, now, aren't you a curious sight? If I'd had a mask to hide my bones as well as yours, maybe I'd still be walking around today. Where'd you get it? There can't be many curios like that in the world.
仮面？おおー、なんかかぶってる。ちょっと、もっとアップにできないこれ。よく見えない。なんだあのマスク。人間の遺骨が話すというのは普通のことなのか。どの、どの口自慢すっか。
Is that a fact? And your voice? You ripped that from them too. I've never heard such silken tones from a naked skull.
艶やかな声。あなたの声は一種のトリックであると認める。あなたの言葉と声は他人の精神に直接投影されるのだ。あなた、これどういう説明だ？聞かせたい声を他人に聞かせることができると自慢する。ああ、はいはいはい。あなたって自分のことね、これね。とりあえず下でいいか。
How much do you think I get out? All I know is there are more like you. Well, not quite, but sorcerers collared on this tub, all heading to Fort Joy. Beyond that, your guess is as good as mine. Still, you'd best keep that mask on. The living don't take.
ホットバーのデッキを切り替えよう。了解。手術台。何このマスク。何このマスク。すごいな。吉祥。
And now you are silent. If only all humans were so thoughtful.
思ったよりのぶとい声してらっしゃる。カーソルをアイテムやスキルに合わせてまるで使うことができる。ああ。死んだふり。指定したキャラクターがターン終了直後にもう一度ターンが回ってくる。ああ。人間に変身する。他の種族にも変身できるの？すげえ。あ、このマスクそういうこと？ 変身マスクなんだこれ。うーん。あー、なるほど。使ってみるか、じゃ
Something has changed. You are you, but more. You are another, but not. You look to your hands, your belly, your feet. Flesh you don't know, molded into unfamiliar shapes. You cradle your aching head, where another's Your fingers trace a line from your head to your face, feeling not the creases of the mask, but the porous surface of new skin. You lower your arm, blink twice, and step forward in this new guise.
新たなスキルを習得した。ほう。エンカレッジ。あー、種族特有のスキルが使えるってこと？あー、これ見た目上わかんねえの。気ぃつけないといけねえな、これ。とりあえず人間形態にしとく。聖者はアンデッドを容赦しない。騒ぎや敵意を避けるため装備パネルから頭、胴、足を覆っておこう。はいはいはい。あれ、これもしかして顔エルフ顔になった？どうなんだ人間は。あ、ちゃんと顔違うわ。きっしょきっしょ。で、装備パネルこれか。はいはいはい。なんかよくわからんが囚人状態にされている。あ、いいな、このインベントリの開け方。鉄球と鎖何に使う？
Junk.
ジャンク。
Junk.
ジャンク。
Rubbish.
ガラクタラ。あ
Fasten tight.
あ、固く閉まってる。お前 指でロックピックできるんじゃないの？はしご。ちょっと待って。チュートリアル、移動しかチュートリアル出てないんだけどさ。
How crude. I've seen more intricate design in a butcher's slab.
そうか。お、なんかあるね。倒れた箱が入り口を塞いでいる。箱に向かって四角を押してアクションメニューを表示し、移動を選んで箱を入り口からどけてみよう。はい、了解。金。扉を開け
An
る。
animal sty. Freight or food?
Shaking her fluffy coat, the sheep eyes you balefully, her rectangular eyes like letterboxes to the void.
あれ、俺動物を
With
選ん
one
だよね、
sharp
確か。
hoof, she kicks you right in the shin.
あれ、待って待って待って。俺、才能ミスった。なんで商売上手についてんだよ。待って待って待って待って。遠望って何？マジかん。遠望とかいらねえじゃん。やっちまったな。まあいいや。そのうち覚えよう、動物語は。はいはいはい。なんもねえじゃん。マトン。こいつ飯食うの？そもそも。干し草しようって
Did you
何？
expect a needle?
きつい。なんのこっちゃ。いらん。花瓶？あ、なんか鍵あるじゃん。月中。 4。衛兵スチュワードからの指令、重要。またやったな。お前たちの誰かが貨物室の箱を重量パネルに乗せてセキュリティを迂回しているのは分かっているぞ。これは禁止されている。このセキュリティはシフト変更に最低3人のマギステルを必要とするためのものだ。逸脱した場合、少なくともマギステル1人を船外に放り出すことになる。それがお前にならないよう気をつけろ。マギステル手腕ってさっきのやつだ。あれ、俺今、なんか使った？ああ、さっきのやつね。ポケットナイフ。移動。ほいほいほい。なるほど。はいはいはい。
Boring. Fasten tight.
四角ね。はいはいはい。ヘム割る。
Hey, hey, get me out of this cage and I'll make it worth your while. You in?
うん。
Set me free and I'll set you free. A fair trade, I should think. Your guess is as good as mine. Someone screamed loud as a banshee. After that, pure pandemonium. They never even told me what I was accused of. Just dragged me down here. A gentleman among jesters, you are. Give that lead. Before you can even touch the lever, you hear a sniff and snort behind you as the snoring magister mumbles himself.
Is my shift over? You here to relieve me? Wait, you're no magister. You're a sorcerer. What are you doing here, filthy scrounger? Choose your words carefully. My fists ache to meet a new face.
どれ選んでも大差ねえな。商売上手。説得よりはないのか。体格プラスだったな、確か。まあこれかな。
Clever story. I should have known there'd be trouble.
いやー、参ったね。オッケー。ピンって何？あいつ震えてんじゃん。水か。これが範囲ってこと？ちょっとよくわかんないな。とりあえずこれにしようか。
So much for a peaceful stroll.
めっちゃ爆発すんじゃん。 あちちあちちあちち。放電の巻物めっちゃいいもの落ちてんじゃん。これ使えばよかったよ。
The prisoner's buoyant voice darkens as his gaze finds the sunken hollows that once held your eyes.
囚人の軽快な声が暗くなると同時に彼の目がかつてあなたの目だったくぼみを捉えた。
Ah, freedom. I'm nothing if not a man of my word. And I did give my word I'd set you free, lad. Say your prayers while you've
俺の一番の取り柄は約束を守ることだ。そして俺はお前を自由にすると言ったな。喋れるうちに祈りを捧げるんだな。大広間で待ってるぜ。おいおい、ふざけんじゃねえよ。目的地まで届かない。敵の背後の扇状のところに回り込み、ダガーで攻撃すると不意打ちになる。ほいほいほい。ああ、はいはいはい。なるほどね。で、こうやって攻撃を。痛い。痛い。
What would he have to gain by killing me? Strange forces are at work.
うわー、なんだよこのインベントリー。毒？解消。最初から解除できたんじゃないの？
Empty.
エンプティ空っぽ。
Empty.
重量オーバーね。ろうそくを毒の床に投げ込んで爆発を起こしてドアを破壊してしまいましょう。へえ。ろうそく、これか。移動。えい。ダメじゃん。えい。
Good thing I needn't worry about splinters.
そうね。カードデッキ。
Boring.
ろうそく拾っとくか。
And I'm back where I started. Nowhere to go but up.
ああ、戻ってきちゃった。上に行くしかない。
And now you are silent. If only all humans were so thoughtful.
とりあえず登るか。
Empty.
エンプティ。はいはいはいはいはいはい。
Everything's spick and span. Nothing left to do, really.
金。物理防御薬。あ、すりこぎは確か合成で使うんじゃなかったっけ？どうだっけ？覚えてねえな。拾っとこう。料理鍋も拾っとこう。手製メイジャーマー。あー。
My, these smelling salts are strong stuff.
毒入り瓶。あー。頭蓋骨と短い棒で即席の尺状。あー。なるほど。失敗しても消えない。料理鍋だ。料理に使おう。捨てる。
What a well of knowledge this tome is. Dallas is such a dear lending it to me.
あ、素材なんだ。へえ。蓋をしろ。これさ、頭ってもうこれ、そうだよね。頭防具だよね。冗談じゃない。我が輩はエターナル。我がキングによりはるか昔に閉じ込められた。今我が輩は自由となったが我が民はいない。我が輩はブラックピットで彼らの構造物が発見されたという噂を耳にしたのだ。 よくわからん。ピッカピカ。そっか。金額がね、いいやつは商品としてね、持っとかないとね、ゼロだって。金の杯は欲しいな。
Empty.
エンプティー。紙切れはスクロールに使うからいる。
Why, you're looking a bit more chipper. Yes. Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough. Nice bit of work, even if I do say so myself.
何なんだお前は。ソース使いの王は行き過ぎた不正な魔術は存在しないと主張している。はあ、とりあえず探索させてもらって、でお前は何なんだ。
There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
カスタムキャラクターあらかじめ設定しているが、オリジンキャラクター独自の単語を設定することができます。はあはあはあ。彼はこのデッキの反対側の役員確認は、ちょっとした事故で囚人が貨物デッキで死んだ。近づいて交番下のマギストルが戦闘で死んだ。あなたの首の周りのものを無駄に引っ張る。なぜあなたに首を取り付けなのか尋ねる。
Why? Because we're at sea, of course, and have been...
Index fingers pressed to her lips. She pauses a moment to give you a...
My word. You do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. A new life awaits. And if you're a particularly good boy, perhaps a cure as well. An end to sauce. For good.
ソースの終わりよ。
Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those sauce spells of yours? See what happens.
Currents of magic surge inside you, boiling, bursting, then breaking, only to fade back into your soul like...
You better stop before you hurt yourself. All will, but there you have it. See? The collar's function. It neuters for your own peace of mind, of course. Yours and the whole world's.
Nagai eda.
Did the murderer take him into this room? Or was he already here?
レシピってここで見れねえのかな。見れねえんだな。
No known associates. In fact, he seemed quite averse.
短い棒か。短い棒はねえな。
Good gods, there's been a murder here.
なんとここで殺人が起きたようだ。
A young magister stands pale and silent. Her knuckles whiten around her weapon as you pass. Behind the magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
There's been a murder. A sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were busy getting your collar fitted at the time, or you'd be a suspect like the rest of them. Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Always does. You surprised? You're one of them. You know what sorcerers are capable of? Whoever did this found a way around their collar and killed a man.
ほ
Small ones this time. Then we'll find out who did it. One. Nothing to see here.
う。まあとりあえず入れってことだな。
In fact, he seemed quite averse to spending time with the others. Ugly sight, isn't it?
ひどい眺めね。
Burns me up this happened under our
私
protection.
たちの監視下
We're
で事件が
extremely
起きた
lucky
こと
no
は腹
void
立た
walk
しい
can
わ。
follow the source that did this.
犯人のソースの力は幸運にもボイドウォークンを呼び寄せてはいないけれども。なぜ彼女が無関係な者が事件現場を調査することを許すのか尋ねる。
She looks up at you with a mirth.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course. Finn was killed by Source. If a Magister could do that, there wouldn't be a Magister. It looks more like a passenger managed to slip their collar. And the rest, well, you see the evidence in front of you. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Sometimes they clam up in front of a uniform. Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that? Thanks. I just want to catch whoever did this before they hurt anyone else.
What a well of knowledge this tome is. Dallas is such a dear lending it to me.
Did the murderer take him into this room? Or was he already here?
膨らみましたじゃねえんだよ、これ。膨らんでんじゃねえよ。調査。
Yes, this is a rare kind of
意味がわからん。
I'll need to write to headquarters right away.
Nothing to see here.
The pale young woman doesn't acknowledge you. She nods to the right without moving her gaze from the ground.
The
pale young woman doesn't acknowledge you. She nods to the right without moving her gaze from the ground.
No lesions, no trauma. He was bled by magic.
Toりあえず金。蛍光用寝具。ほう。セビルってオリジンの選べるやつの一人だよな。
They sound like the dry cackling of an old witch.
Snake eyes.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like.
She shakes her head.
Game for one. I'm rolling dice, deciding fates. Don't worry, honey.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile.
Never say never, though.
She eyes you quite serious.
Not the future, no. But I can read the past in flesh. One of the perks of being an elf, you see. I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last. Shall I?
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of the tongue, efficient like a cat grooming.
You were in a cellar with other sorcerers, watching, staring at them. You were thinking of flesh. Or, to be rather more precise, the pleasures of the flesh. Those that have eluded you for so long. course it is. The truth's right. But don't you worry, darling. I don't lick.
わけがわからん。
I'm busy watching for clues, sorcerer. Go take your sob story somewhere else.
Put a knuckle in it. I'm trying to concentrate.
They don't care about us. We're the cattle to them.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him. Noticing you, he straightens.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this trap.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again. He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses unpleasantly on your neck. He winks.
ほ
Pinches less that way, right?
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander.
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing. Ifan grins, flat.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword, and now he's Johnny Big Pants. No. The dead man, Finn, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put him...
He glances over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough. The Joy, I've heard a lot. Nothing good. Wonder if we'll get to meet the Ringmaster himself. Not interested in the son of the Divine himself.
What are you conspiring about?
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a bee in his bonnet.
Name.
They don't care about us. We're the cattle to them.
I'll give you that knuckle.
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible down in a tiny notebook. He scowls at you as he...
Away with you.
Ifan performs an elaborate pattern.
You think me mad?
Mad? No. Insufferable? Surely.
What are you trying to hear anyway?
Well, well. What have we here? A fresh...
The lizard looks you up and down. All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
There's some discoloration, but I've seen worse. Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook?
They don't care about us. We're the cattle to them.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
One of us will kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
In which case, I take it your cuisine is limited to the introduction of eggs to hot water. On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short...
布から衣服を仕立てる美的感覚はあるのか。一言で言えば裁縫が可能か。
I'll tell you if you keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
Oh, but to feel the caress of satin on my scarlets. On then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance? The delicate art of cosmetics is what I'm after.
Your kind always hung closest to our divine when wolves are at the campfire.
The very basics, then. So, 3 questions asked, 3 questions answered. As per your own testimony, you can tailor and groom, but you have the taste buds still. Beggars can't be choosers. So without further ado, I offer you my sincerest congratulations. As of now, you are my slave. My slave, of course. Oh, but anyway, you may leave me for a moment. We'll go over...
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
やっぱダメだこいつ。
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up?
I spent my life singing for my slaves to bring me my supper. Finer fare than boiled roots and rotten tubers, too. Meanwhile, the Magisters feast on honeyed meat behind this...
I'll tell you if you can keep it
Ah,
quiet
naる
long
ほど。
enough for me to listen.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
That right. I always knew you'd turn out rotten, Ben Mezd. Your kind always hung closest to our divine, like wolves around a campfire.
Well, you've got this wolf on a leash now.
Soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hang you right over the side of this ship with it.
A broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. He raises an eyebrow as you approach.
Listen up, boy. You hear that? The ship, of course.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible...
And? Sick as a leper's cat. From the state of it, I'd say she's being cared, but there's more. Listen close. There now, just like that.
Squeak!
Aha!
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw claps you on...
There. You heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, boy. Good news. No, you beautiful idiot. That wasn't any rat. It was the wheel. Squeaks whenever the helmsman jerks it clockwise. Pardon my beard. That means if we'd been travelling for... Yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy. Captain, actually. And that figure tells me...
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard. Gold medallions...
That'll be all. Thank you kindly, boy.
I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague-stricken pigs.
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water are all I was given.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen-course dinner, and I don't...
You one of them?
do away.
A divine order loyal? They killed a sorcerer, you know. They'll hide the evidence well enough, but make no mistake.
That has the Magister's more concern than more appetite.
Don't you get saucy with me when you clearly don't know the first thing about the sorcerer.
You'd end up a prison guard.
That right. I always knew you'd turn out rotten, Ben Mezd. Your kind always hung closest to our divine, like...
Name? Well, you aren't here on my list. Scrammy, which...
Soon as
if
the
you'll be
Inquisitor...
pardoning me, I'll be...
We'll hang you right over the side of this ship with it.
やっぱ動物も習得しとくべきだったな。
It's a register, sir. Good, good. Magister Williams, is you faring okay so far?
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and
He tugs the collar of his uniform.
Sorry you're upset, sir. You head on in now.
On anything less than a dozen-course dinner, and I don't intend to do away with the custom.
まだ喋ってないやついるな。
You look like my daddy. His name is Frida. He's...
Ah, there you are. Husband. Would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not-at-all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this loser woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly allergical. How very correct you are, spouse of mine. Madame Josephine Gribbles de Peeb refuses to be confused. What? What's so funny?
Her pinched face cracks into a great...
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we? Guess you aren't a creative type, are you, Chief? I say they're one and the same. Nope. Trying not to find anything out, either. Ignorance is bliss. The utterer, the better. Thanks, but I already belong to an elite and exclusive ship gang. You take care, though.
Suddenly, her eyes close as quickly as they came.
Good luck, Chief.
What are you trying to hear anyway?
一周したな。
Keep those bolts trained on her, and if she tries to run, shoot to kill. You seem on edge, officer. What on earth is the matter?
I've seen more appetizing things coming out
Murder
of
most
plague-stricken
foul.
pigs.
And I strongly suspect you know all about it.
There's nothing else I can say, Your Majesty.
Well,
Turnips
perhaps
and
you're
water are
absolutely
all I was
right.
given.
Unacceptable. I've never dined on anything less than a dozen.
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fellow?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the...
There are others whose lives must...
Good God! You there, sorcerer! Go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
It means your journey draws to a close. Do stick around for its finale, though,
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts Source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
あれま。
My mask! She stole it. If these savages see me without it, they will have my skull for a goblet.
きえー、マスク。ツールチップって何？やってくれたね。我が輩のマスクを なんでこんなに高価なんだこの魚。レベルが足りない。あっちちあっちち。
The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor, his great beard twisted and tangled around him. He is stock still. You...
Oh! What happened? Must have been the turnips. Water? Wine, for goodness...
The lizard's eyes close as...
ナミヤ死んじゃったじゃん。これは
The young woman lies in a heap on the floor. She's breathing normally, but her eyes are wide open, like those of a corpse. She doesn't stir.
大きいね。あ、クリッシーの鍵？ ちちあちち。こっちは開かないんかい。
The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious and bleeding from a dire-looking wound.
Oh. みんな死んどるやんけ。割れた瓶、余計なもん拾ったな今。
The hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way.
ってことはあっちか。ちょっと西読むか。水の樽とか余計なもん拾った。お、金の杯じゃん。贋作の絵画。
Damn. That doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards.
I can find Grace. What was...
He eyes the collar circling your neck and reaches a hand towards his blade.
Another sorcerer!
The Magister's companion doesn't blink, frozen in place at the sight of you.
Even if I knew how to rip that thing off, I wouldn't. Some crazy
He whispers loudly to the other Magister.
Don't just cower there, Rix. Take it.
Rix grabs his sword, which shakes in the rhythm of his trembling hand. Rix looks to his companion, who then...
Go on, then.
ソースハンターたちは勇敢ではあったが、汚れなき者たちの教団によるブラッカスの復活を予見することはできなかった。本当に団結した者たちのおかげで我々は本当に命を救われたのだ。彼らはブラックスレックスを裁くために初めて戦ってくれた。ソースキングは死んだが、彼の記念碑は島に残されている。ゾッとするかもしれないが、彼の残忍強欲傲慢さを示すために必要な備忘録である。この辺なんか役に立たなそうだな。はいはいはい。地球儀。使い道がわからんが、地球儀ってなんかに使えた気がするか。重量が重い。で、君らはなんだ？これ、頭巾かぶってればアンデッドだってバレないんだな。あ
あ。The human's chief, Alexander. A curious name, but no more bizarre than anything else that species does.
みすぼらしい手紙。よくわからん。リザレクションの巻物。お、いいね。破壊された絵画、机、金、枕。お、チェストじゃん。クロスボウいいね。日誌。おもちゃのクロスボウ。67物理。ああ、まあでもポケットナイフよりはマシかな。
Not long before this thing snaps into splinters.
説明に説明が重なってよくわからん。これか。ここは来た道だからこっちか。最初の弓。あー、なるほど。
God damn it. I need to get off this wreck. Quick.
ここで自分の武器拾えってんだな。でもウィザードいねえじゃん。ソードマン剣持ってねえじゃねえかよ。なんだよ。バカな、何か船をどんどん叩いてるぞ。読む。シノキリの樽を保管所に施錠しておいてある。あ、空っぽ。とりあえずこれを開けて。
The marking on the door was painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You recognize the symbol immediately for what you press your palm against the door to open it. Your fingers clack against the wood, and you suddenly feel it doesn't budge. The door groans open, but an ashen shadow clouds your mind.
なんだ、今触手が見えたぞ。
Death fog? Good thing I'm immune. Still, this means trouble.
「シノキリとか効かねえからね。死んでるし。なんもねえじゃん。でも破片。ああ、ないよりはマシってやつ。出れないね。 わお。戦闘？ボイドリム。なんだよ船虫かてめえ。ひえ。救命艇。あれ上に尺状があったから俺はそれを取りに行かなきゃいけない。炎上してんじゃん。いや消えてよ。ああもう拾うしかねえな。ああ運べないのね。運べないのね。投げれないよね、あんなところにね。一般人の頭を一般人じゃねえんだよな。 意味ねえ。あれねこれ。サッカーパンチ。さあ逃げよう。
Children and dwarfs first, just like the old stories.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes to no avail.
You said there were other people down there. We need to help them.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here.
仕方ないな。
Thank you, thank you, thank you! There's a ladder right over there. You can go straight down.
You're gonna be the death of us, you hear?
こんな序盤で死なないとも言い切れねえんだよなこのゲーム。
Wait, void woken.
さーてどうしようね。車線が通ってない。
Let's head above decks for some air.
Magister Siwan. The one who put on this damn collar. Sounds like she needs help.
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her neck, trying to stem the bleeding of a gushing wound. With jagged movements, she raises her clenched fist and holds out a length of cloth, soaked with some kind of strong-smelling tincture. Blood quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister Siwan's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide in terror. Blood pours out from around the bandage. Magister Siwan reaches out to you, her hand flailing.
うわー、クラーケンどころじゃなかった。なんだこいつ。
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Oriven.
Well, that was decidedly unpleasant. Am I the lone survivor? Depending on one's definition of survivor, of course.
いや、参ったね。外せねえんだな。このホットバーのチュートリアル永遠に消えねえんだけど、どういうこと？
Ah, Brachus Rex. I've read his history. Quite gruesome, even for a human.
誰かいる。
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin, the crown of his head.
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
The child considers your statement.
You're weird. Are you a sorcerer? One of those guys that brings the bad void things here?
The child looks at you straight on, unafraid, searching the shadows cloaking your face.
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong. Or crazy. No one cares where I go. They know I can't leave the island. It's nicer out here than inside anyway. But you didn't die. There isn't anywhere safer. You'll see. Guess I am, but it's just normal. You can stay out here with me if you...
店員もこれが
Mortals look at this and think it's old. It's rather adorable, really. Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn. They made it to shore. These bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay. Drowned and eaten by a Voidwoken. I wonder in which order.
顔剥ぎ取れねえのかよ。剥ぎ取らしてくれ。あれレッドプリンスじゃん。
You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with a steady, malcontent stare. Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep. The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist.
And a dutiful servant you are too. The chances are I wouldn't have survived that shipwreck. You have my gratitude.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
My gratitude is worth a great deal, if only you'd realize it. But of course you don't, so as for the slave thing, let's forget about all that, shall we? One good
意外といいや
turn
つだな
serves another. Now
レ
then,
ッドプリン
if
ス
there's nothing further. I'm sure I don't mean to sound condescending, but I had thought it quite self-evident.
He sighs, dramatic.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean? Memories. Quite so.
詩人だな
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
As for myself, when I consider, I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost. What do you mean, what do I mean? I mean just what...
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended...
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am? The very same. I am the Red Prince, the All-Conqueror, the one... Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between. The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have. This and that. Tag along. On the other hand, I really could do. Fine. On one condition. For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer. One of the mystics of my kind. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company. You do tend to beat around the bush, don't you? Oh well, that wishy-washy answer will have to do then. Oh my word, how you do astound me. Come now, did you really think a handful... But don't worry. I have studied the arcane arts for years, including necromancy and demonology. So, now that that's settled, first things first. Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that as a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you? Very well. Onwards then to victory or death.
The Red Prince nods and gives...
Now, as you're aware, you'll be traveling with a prince. Proper forms of address. As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't be required to carry my... Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but...
ホットバーずっと出続けんだけどさ。
deplorable surrounding for an agreeable conversation, but go ahead. There was a small incident which prompted my many rivals. Such a nuisance, the law. Quite necessary to keep the common in line, of course, but one such as myself it should exempt as a matter of course. What I meant was that being or sadly, that enlightened point of view quite clearly turned out to be academic. If not, we wouldn't be having this very... I hardly know you as yet. Let's leave some mystery in the relationship, shall we? We can exchange criminal records.
ずバックパックはこっちに置いて、スキルをアクション。これキャラ変更はどうすんの？こっちか、こうか。あ、槍持ってんじゃん。じゃあそれ返してくれ。
Ah, hello, small, furry creature. How do you do?
The cat's eyes are clouded, its eyes clear.
mister. It's a lot nicer here than that stinking boat. I'm sure glad you went back to save the others. Saw one of them wringing out their tunic at the shore a few hours ago. Say hi for me. 1, 2, long dead of the crew. 3, 4, pretty shells on the shore.
なんかついてくんな、この黒猫。
Need I repeat myself?
But I know nothing of any Verdus.
We already know the truth, Magister. Now speak.
I am a proud loyal to the Order. I would not dream of subverting our cause.
Atusa, please.
Your Godwoken has asked you a question. Answer him.
Need I repeat myself?
But I know nothing of any Verdus.
強くね
He
あれ。
hasn't changed a bit. Always late.
Now speak. She ain't coming back.
あれ、ちょっと関わっちゃダメだ。
Send us your children, your supplicants, and you divine.
What of it? Yeah, what of it?
Don't like the game, Topsy, you can fold.
No, no. Just 'cause the pair of you are filthy chasing liars don't mean I can't beat ya.
A little respect for Griff's right hand, Topsy.
Right hand, my preacher. Fella's got more right hands than an
行動優先度が下がる。
That's it. I call court. Pay up.
Oi, don't
Looky, looky here, mates. A fresh face. We love fresh faces, don't we? Why don't you join us in a round of cards? First hands on the house. Chuff to you, Chief. Here are your cards. You're up first.
You glance at your hand. 2 purple monarchs. A hard hand to beat.
Well, that was easy. Looks like you'll have to pay your interment fee after all, Freshie. I'm sure the Reds told ya. No one gets along without paying the interment fee. So, let's make this easy. Empty your pockets. To be sure, Chief. Pay up and you get to keep your eyes. Sounds pretty satisfying, doesn't it? Go on then. Whatever pennies you've got in your pocket ain't worth my breath. But don't you go telling Griff I was soft on another inmate, but you wouldn't guess it. Runs this place like he's Dallas herself. Shouldn't be...
Lest the void overtake and devour us all.
I don't think I ain't watching. That's your 5th blue jester this round.
What of it?
Yeah, what of it?
Ah, grab it in your gobblers, the both of you.
If you don't like the game, Topsy, you can fold.
No. Just 'cause the pair of you are filthy cheating liars don't mean I can't beat you.
A little respect for Griff's right hand, Topsy girl.
Right hand, my winker. Fella's got more right hands than an octopus.
チュートリアル永遠に出てくるんだけどさ、どうにかなんねえのこれ。
That's your 5th blue jester this round.
What of it?
Yeah, what of it? Ah, grab it in your gobblers.
She ain't coming back. If you don't like the game, Topsy, you can fold.
No. Just 'cause the pair of you are filthy cheating liars don't mean I can't beat you.
The woman is scrabbling at her throat, as though she can hardly breathe.
Don't touch me. You're too close. This collar, this place, it's squeezing the life from me. Do you? You seem fine. Don't you feel how tight?
Her hands move again to her throat. She seems to try to make space between...
It's getting tighter. I can...
No. Just 'cause the pair of you are filthy cheating liars don't mean I can't beat you.
A little respect for Griff's right hand, Topsy girl.
So void woken are attracted to souls. But why?
Pay up.
Tears, make the hinges rust.
Easy now, old chap.
Ho ho! You ain't come to shake me down for my knickers, have you? You're all I got left after you buddies were through with me. That's so. Huh. You look just like them. But then again, I never was the best.
Better even to puke yourself to death than get purged, don't you think? You should be happy for greed.
What did you say?
That's what happened, isn't it?
Bleeding snake.
Now, let's not get nasty. Greed's better off, I'm sure.
Keep her name out your mouth, Albert.
Easy now, old chap. It isn't my fault she's dead.
Ah.
The smell, though.
なんだ、殺されたのか誰か。
Goodness, but this place has made you cranky. Perk up, old chap. There's plenty of simpletons about.
The lizard's brow knits together, then apart, and back again. He seems to be swimming deep in his thoughts, and doesn't look up as you approach.
The ground. I don't know what you... I'm just trying to work it out. What happened? Why? My mind? What else, my friend? I'm wondering why. All of this. Source, the Voidwoken, the Divine. Why? No doubt the two are related. Perhaps if we can reverse the cause of our...
Oh, 10 bottles of mead, 1,000 bottles of dust, 50 bottles of tears, oh.
You there. You've just arrived, isn't that right? Are you quite alone? It's just, I've a proposition. Something very worth knowing. But it's hardly a group affair. I only need one. Oh, noble. But after the Magisters take you all your nobility. Good luck with your friends, though.
Ah.
It's too tight.
I'm not mad, darling. I'm not mad. Sweetheart? Please. Please. You must help me. No one here will help me. Not one of... Irma. She's called Irma. I'm sick with worry. Completely sick. And no one in this damn camp will lift a finger to help me find her. I last saw her just here, near 3 days ago. She was playing with her little doll, and I was washing out her tunic. I turned from her for one moment, and she was gone. Left her doll behind, too. It's so unlike her.
He hasn't changed a bit. Always.
This place turns people cold. Cold and wicked. That fellow Jeth over there speaks unutterable evil. Yes, of course. Here, you should take it with you. When you find her...
She soaks up a steady stream.
She ought to come with you then. She ought to follow you back to me. You are an angel.
このゲームでこういう場合さ、大抵こいつが狂った女なんだよな。
He hasn't changed a bit.
そういうストーリー大好きだよね。
It's time to accept reality. A fella can't hear himself think with all this racket. Day and night, you hear that, Farah? You got to cut that out. What's happened to ya?
Known her all my life. Her little girl Irma, too. Farah was a straight-shooting woman in those days, but now she's madder than a cuckoo and twice as loud.
Distraught don't even begin to cover it. She's hollering after that child of hers, killed by a Voidwoken she was. Been dead and buried for a month now, and there ain't no amount of hollering that'll bring her back.
Mummy's right here.
なるほどね。
Where are you? Ah, you're back. Please, did you find Irma? She still hasn't returned. Where could she be, my dear girl? You've been talking to that snake, Jeff, haven't you? You stay away from that man. Do you hear me?
Right hand, my winker. Fella's got more right hands than an octopus.
鋭い金属のかけらを見つけたらその一
I told him at
一
no
旦を
exactly.
布で包もう。さあナイフが手に入ったも丸腰ではないぞ。なるほどね。
She's gone, Farah. Gone.
まあでも槍持ちのファイターがもう仲間にいるから別にナイフはいらねえ。だからさ、このホットバーさ、ホットバーの説明消えねえんだけど何なの？
He hasn't changed a bit. Always late.
毎回出るんだけどこれ。
Farah. She ain't coming back.
丸押してもさ消えないしさ。どうすりゃいいのこれ。消えないよ。
Pipe down, Farah. It's time to accept reality.
これ消えねえんだけどさ。
He hasn't changed a bit. Always late.
あ、ついに消えなくなった。
Pipe down, Farah. It's time to accept reality.
だからもうクイックセーブしてクイックってほど早くねえな。一旦タイトルに戻ろう。
Bishop Alexander and the Hammer are here. They're here.
Come on, Lindsay. They are.
I find only bread. I want no trouble. This is not your business, Long Pig.
Don't let this moss muncher talk to you like that. Especially a cheat.
An intense-looking man steps between the thug and the elf and rolls up his sleeves, revealing well-muscled and heavily scarred arms. You recognize him. It's Ifan, who you met aboard the ship on the way here.
Just stand aside, won't you, mate? This is no business of yours.
Lone wolves decide their own business.
The thug freezes in fear for a moment before shuffling back to...
Pay up, elf. No one shorts Griff. Especially not one of you. Everyone in camp's got to contribute. For food, for protection, no exceptions. Especially not for elves. Griff's orders.
Food? Protection? I have neither.
You two ought to be thanking your lucky gods it's us, and not the Magisters enforcing. Now come on, elf. If you make me say it again, there's gonna be trouble.
And neither will I.
We got a system, and...
微妙だな。
Not now.
どうすっかね。
Feel so good.
Follow me, before more of them trouble us.
I've an errand to run around here first. I'll catch up with you there later.
Remember, past the kitchens, down to the beach. There is a safe place.
Oh God, not now.
Stefan rolls his sleeves back down and casually wipes some blood from his cheek. He nods at you.
Good work there. Good work. I can tell you've got chops.
He stretches out one rough hand to shake yours.
Suit yourself. Probably wise, given the rashes you can pick up around this place. Say, you don't look all that busy now that we're safely on dry land. I could use someone to watch my back, and it looks like you could use someone to watch yours. I've just got a small errand to run, and then I'll be looking to get the hell out of here while I've still got a neck to collar. How about we stick together until we get out of this place?
He shrugs, looking up.
Mercenaries. It's a job. My job. The usual way. Haphazard, terrifying, and drenched in blood. 2 heads are better than 1. And when push comes to shove, 4 fists are better than 2, right?
He grins, sharp.
So, before we hit the road, it's best if we decide battle strategies. Survival's my main priority. I'll use every trick in the book to keep us alive. But if a wayfarer's not what you're after, I've got other skills. What do you need? Can do. Onwards.
He scans the horizon for threats with one.
Right you are.
Indigestion, or is it... Oh God, not now.
Who in their right mind would think of a thing like this?
feel so good.
Stay down, you! Stay down, you!
Oh, I don't feel so good. Is that indigestion or is it... Oh god, not now.
Who in their right mind would think about doing like this?
Stay down, you!
Oh, I don't feel so good. Oh, I don't feel so good.
Who in their right mind would think about doing like this?
Oh, I don't feel so good. Is that indigestion or is it... Oh god, not now. Hey, I know you.
Losa, the dark-eyed jokester you met aboard the ship.
Back then I was... you. Nothing like a nice tentacle slap across the moor to set the tone for the week, eh? How'd you escape? Me too. Did you hear something? When you were in the water, I mean. I heard the same thing. Do you know what this means? It means I'm not...
Losa's voice catches in her throat. The joy drains from her face. She is stock-still, waxy-skinned, her eyes dark. Greyish-black veins run from her eyes down her cheeks. Her head snaps to you mechanically, and her eyes lock with yours. Dark pupils, light suddenly flashes back into her face. The grey veins drain to pinkish flesh, and her whole...
Anyway, what were we talking about? Ah, it's nothing really. It's just... I'm just a bit... well, a bit... hospitable? Put it like this. You've never been a host, I bet. That's because you're an infested clump of leaves on the side of the road. But I'm a roadside inn. Red door, flowers out front. Friendly like a goddamn Gold Star Inn for the disembodied.
She gives you a searching look.
You seem pretty well adjusted. Ain't that just the truth? So, how are you enjoying the joy? Yeah? So, you want to check this place out together? Strength in numbers and all that. It does, right? Before we head out, I've got more than a few tricks up my sleeve. Lately I've been into the enchanting arts, but I can shoot, slash, summon, steal, whatever your little black heart desires. So, what'll it be? I'm not afraid of getting my hands greasy, if that's what you mean. What are you interested in exactly? Sounds fine. So, we're good to go? Yeah? Well, that was easier than I thought. And I'll do my best to stay myself. Lead the way. Well, duh. I'm sure that disguise will fool most people. Most fleshy folks aren't really alive anyway. Now, let's go.
Bow your head, please! If we chant the endless prayer, the next divine will ascend! It isn't the words you speak, but rather that you speak them. Prophecy says that so do I. By the divine, some blame the Voidwoken for Alec.
Don't tell anyone where you got
Amidst a crowd of screws, bolts, and scraps of metal, the woman is manipulated.
And what you after? Come again? You another friend of Niles? I told that Magister freak to get back. Now get the hell out of my face!
The woman looks up as you approach, wiping her brow with...
What do you need? Bolted on there tight, ain't it?
Leave me. Go. Get away. Get back. At least wait till I've croaked.
She groans in pain, refusing or unable to acknowledge you. She groans in pain, refusing or unable. She groans in... Amid the squalor of Fort Joy, you suddenly spot an elf with diamond features. Regal. She was the one who sat rolling dice in the ship that went. Her eyes are focused on a lizard some distance away. And you get the distinct feeling he's an unfortunate man indeed to be trapped in her tiger-like gaze. No sooner have these words left your mouth than she turns about and grabs you in a stranglehold. You feel that...
You caught me off guard. No one catches me off guard. Better tell me who you really are, or this time I'll let my needle do the licking. I see. It does...
A push, a pivot, and now you suddenly face her. The needle still all too deeply embedded in bone. Despite the precariousness of your situation, you notice something that remained undetected in the gloom of the ship. A flaw in her diamond features. A curiously shaped scar on her left cheek.
Because it is my desire to question him intensely. As you see, once upon a bad old time, a lizard, but now I'm free, of sorts. And I've traced that lizard. I intend to raise the subject with him.
No!
She drives the needle in deep.
In truth, it does not matter in the least who you really are. You saw me mark my prey. You could warn. That makes you a liability. That makes you needle feed.
A bright sparkle of laughter.
Ha! How amusing. Make your case and do it quickly. Why should I join you? Escape. How you do tickle me. Most of the misguided deers around here would argue such a thing is impossible. Well played. Oh, little needle mine, what should I... You know what? Today is a rather fine day. Sunshine and an easy breeze. Yes, I'm not quite sure the weather will save him.
With a casual flick of the wrist, she withdraws the needle from your neck and smiles, as if she just invited you to sit down for tea.
Yes, the needle did find you rather tough to chew. Then again, I already knew. This may strike you as, rather...
She tilts her head ever so slightly and looks at you almost mockingly. You can't...
Yeah. Let's discuss our risk. You, me, and Death will be playing many a round of hide-and-seek. So, what role would you like me to play? As a rogue, my speciality is stealth. The quick silence of the dagger striking unseen. That said, I'm perfectly lethal wielding any weapon or magic. So, the choice is yours. Suits me fine. Lead on, or better yet, then follow me. But wait, you seem to have quite a few followers already.
So, this is Fort Joy.
Surely you'll have one. What a crumbling
I
design.
know that look well enough. You're about to pop, ain't ya? Why don't you enter a match and let some of that frustration out the right way? You'll find out. Down the end.
Worse than war rations, these.
Everything there? Good.
Griff is slowly, methodically peeling the skin from a potato.
What? Out with it.
He smirks and holds...
I'm listening.
He points the tip of his blade at the grisly sight of the elf hunched over, clutching his knees in the cage.
I solve my own problems.
If a magister finds us on you, you forget my name here. Pick your point
Oh, they'll cure you of your sauce. Nightshade will cure you of an headache too. Thugs. Look at it this way. Can't help you there. If I could, I wouldn't be here peeling goddamn potatoes. Sure, have a look. Good stuff, huh? Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't eat so much. Leave him be. Don't Listen, I can help you if you just... Shut up, elf. This clown caught him stealing from my kitchen. Still won't say where he stashed my supplies. Sound like someone you'd let off with a slap on the wrist. Caught him red-handed trying to make off with the second crate after he took the first. Went down like a rent boy when we grabbed supplies. Crate of food, citrus in particular. He'll talk, or he'll die quiet. Ain't been here long, have ya? No one gets to have it all.
He twirls his knife between his fingers.
Divine's gone. This blade is the only god watching over Fort Joy. Alls I want is my supplies. Happy to let this clown die in a gutter instead of my kitchen. Bring back my crate, and you got yourself a deal. Worse than war rations, these.
Hey, you're a little light in your pack, ain't you, mate? Who could blame you with the garbage they got for sale round here? Why don't you take a gander at the goodies I got? Stuff you won't find anywhere else in camp. Procured by special means. Let's just say folks leave here, but they don't seem to take their effects. Fella in that cage is the thief. Stashed the oranges somewhere before he was caught. If you believe that.
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't eat so much.
I see plenty of liars in my line of work. Snakes, weasels, worms. That fella's square as a pavestone. If he's the thief, I'll eat my boots. Sure do. Ask me. It'd have to be one of those sad sacks that's always hanging around Griff looking for favours.
But why? When another divine arises, will source change back? What if there are no sorcerers? Why hasn't Alexander?
She darts her tongue out of her mouth like a snake.
Some folks, and some reptiles, I see plenty of liars in my line of work. Snakes, weasels, worms, it's all in the eyes. Joy lives in the eyes, sometimes way in the back. Sure you don't want to have a look at my stock before you go? I was serious about what I said. Everything in my pack's been got by special means.
Hands out your pockets, now. What's your hands, Pipsqueak? What are you loitering round here for? If Boss trusts you to find something for him, you better not disappoint him. You won't like him when he's disappointed.
We find sources so dangerous. What in his death? So avoid Woken are attracted to source.
Boss will be fine. He's got himself in a fit state now, but as soon as another shipment comes in, he'll be right as rain. Yeah, Boss is awful passionate about citrus. I can't get enough of him. I mean, that guy in the cage? Oh, I don't associate with elves. Fella says he's innocent, but you know how they lie. Easy, eh?
Heading into the kitchen?
Don't try anything funny around Griff. I'm watching you.
Worse than war rations, these.
Ha! Cheeky. What's your name? I'm Butter. Nice to meet you. Long enough, I reckon. I'm surprised they haven't come for me yet. Most folks get taken away for the cure after just a week or two. Everyone talks a big game when they get here. Big games get smaller when you've got one of their weapons.
She looks into your eyes and smiles.
How very right you are. Look, I have an idea. I know we don't know each other very well, but time is so short and a connection is so rare. If we get out of here, will you meet me again in Arks? I have responsibilities here. I can't start running around outside the family. It isn't done.
She leans forward and grazes your cheek with her lips.
Until then, careful. Don't want to catch Griff in a bad mood.
Hey, Freshie, what you heard about a crate of stolen supplies? And don't you lie to me now. If I did, I wouldn't give them up to you. Griff sent me, not you.
Perhaps if those bleeding dwarves didn't eat so much.
Look, I'm Griff's right hand, and I'm gonna find...
Our hope, our son.
Nice and slow.
Hands out your pockets now.
An elf, caked in mud and blood, looks up at you from the bottom of the cage.
You believe what he says? That I am a thief? Deceptive. Like most men behind bars, I'm innocent. Like most of us here on the island, in fact. Aren't you? I do. But you guess I need something too. Griff tells you, does he not? I tell you what I know. But first, I want to make a trade. I know a way out. I show you. And you, finally. Griff releases me if he sees I do not have what he misses. You, after I am free, you are free. I see no one. In fact, I only hear the sound of Griff clearing his throat. You know how he does. I intend no harm. I want only some provisions. A bit of bread, a potato or two. You understand. Griff is a powerful man. Power is mysterious. Thank you.
your coin then.